Let's do it. What's going on, party people? Happy Friday. Oh, shit, I'm tripping. Happy Sunday. Shit, well, you already know. This is a good sign, baby. We're doing great. So, happy Sunday. Hope you're having a wonderful day, party people. You already know. So, as of myself, I'm L'Esprit, okay, or your spiritual healer. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk our shit. Now, if this is your first time, welcome. What I do here, guys, I talk about spirituality, right? And how, it is your life. So, with no further ado, if you're coming back, act accordingly. Stop playing. So, a couple weeks back, I actually made a video about the spiritual meaning of relationships, and today, yesterday I was feeling beautiful, and today I'm still feeling beautiful, but I'm just on my shit. I'm like, hey, let's talk some shit, right? So, before I even delve into that one, right, I got a couple disclaimers, okay? My niggas, disclaimers, right? This is not about dicks and pussy. This is not about, battle between the sexes. Okay, so I gotta let you know before, I even delve into it. This is not about learning tricks on how to dominate either female or male. We ain't doing that on this side. You know what I'm saying? But what we're doing here is helping you to know who you are in relationship to relationship, or relating to relationship, and how you can grow spiritually, and your relationship, as it's a testing ground, it allow you to do that when you understand who you are. And being in a relationship spiritually, oh man, it's gonna elevate you. So we ain't talking about tricks, because that's what I see on the fucking social media. You know what I'm saying? Niggas giving you tricks, what you gotta do. Unfortunately, that's what our culture is based on. And right on top of that, I'm not gonna teach you how to trap a nigga, okay? Or a nigga how to trap a bitch. We ain't doing that on this side. Nah, dog. And why trapping anybody anyway? Think about it. You hurting yourself. And God be funny as fuck too. When you trap a nigga, right? They just say, you know what I'm saying? Nigga didn't know, like, you just, you pregnant. Yo, God be funny as fuck, man. Like, that kid be looking just like that nigga too. and here you are trapping somebody, sleeping with somebody you don't even like. And now their kids is looking like you, like, what the fuck, bitch? Karma. I know, and vice versa too, for niggas too, man. I don't know, people. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna trap or trick somebody, and then you're gonna spend your life with them? It's not benefiting any one of you guys. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I see when people are talking about relationships, or, it's all about tricks, what you got to do, the game and this and that. Now, games, with that being said, you got to have games. But unfortunately, I feel like games had gained, like, a bad reputation. Because generally speaking, when people are talking about games, what you're hearing, it's really like, how to dominate somebody else. But the reason why, for me, game is important, and you should play games. Like I always tell niggas, we're both players, but you're losing, though. Right? Because you should know who the fuck you are. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, I would go out with a bitch, right? And yeah, you buy whatever you want. Do you see what I'm saying? But now I'm also looking at, like, are you gonna go for the most expensive shit? Because a bitch that really love you, right, is protecting your asset, bro. Or who likes you, whatever the fuck it is. So you have to put her in a situation for you to understand, okay, is she with me? Now, that's the type of game I'm talking about. That's the game I play. If I go out with you, are you going to treat somebody who's taking care of you like trash? Like a waiter? Do you see what I'm saying? So in that sense, for you to get to know the person, but not for you to dominate the person. It's two different things. We're playing differently here. We're both players in the game, but you're losing, baby. You got a losing hand. You know what I'm saying? Or if you get money out of niggas, hey, I ain't judging. Go get it, girl. Go get it. Now, that's not what we're talking about here, right? So I'm going to delve a little bit more in that conversation as far as understanding the trend, what's being taking place. And in that sense, history, it means a lot. You have to understand history in order for you to understand what's taking place at the moment. Meaning, for me, I look at the sequence, the turning points. You see what I'm saying? And other people would tell you, well, it's important for you to know the dates. It kind of go with the sequences because at some point we know on that date this happened and that happened. But to make a long story short, where am I going with this, right? What am I talking about? Like, I'm not the same man that my father was automatically, like by the time that I was born. I'm saying all of that is like it's important because I'm going to be talking about the masculine energy and the feminine energy and how it evolves through time. Right? But most importantly, for you to have a good reflection of you or to be in connection with source while you also in a relationship, that's what we're talking about here. We ain't talking about dick and pussy, my nigga. You gotta go beyond that. Anyway. So now, I guess at a certain point, when we talk about your masculinity, generally, like when you talk about maybe, I don't know, like let's just say men in 1950s, 1940s, 1900s, early 1900s. Bam. Case closed, motherfucker. Like there's a certain way that men used to act. There's a certain way like our femininity was not truly expressed. Do you see what I'm saying? So there was a point in time, I'll give you a perfect example. I don't know if you guys could see it, but I remember when I turned probably 17, I went and got both of my earring pierced. You know what I'm saying? My fucking ear pierced. Because that was the style at that point. You know what I'm saying? And nobody looked at me funny. You know what I'm saying? In fact, because other people was doing it, that's why I wanted to do it at that time. I was on my pretty boy shit. But I'm saying this to say that was a reflection of my feminine side that was activated. So, everything changes. Nothing stays the same. At one point in the NBA, guess what? You know what I'm saying? Niggas couldn't be part of the NBA. Now you have immigrants playing in the fucking NBA. Nothing stays the same, dog. Nothing. Just a matter of time, baby. So, at one point, when we talk about masculinity, it was seen as being rough, rigid, right? But over time, you know what I'm saying, as everything is evolving, then men got better. Meaning we got in touch. Now, a nigga could cry. I could say I love you to another man without being gay. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. My son. I got a man that I'm walking around, yo, I love you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the conversation. Not, but I'm saying all of that to say, though. Now, you could do certain things that wouldn't be looked as the same. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. My dad, when he was 16, 17, couldn't be fucking wearing, having his ear pierced and shit. You see where I'm going with this? You know what I'm saying? And men didn't have long hair, too, because you had to stay masculine. Because certain things were specifically for that. But you got to understand, as a man and as a female, whoever the fuck you are, you have both sides of you. You have both sides inside of you. So what makes you a man besides the genital, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Is that your core essence. There's a certain things, the way you reflect yourself, the way you look at the world. And women, that's why they tell you, I don't know if any of you guys read that book, men are from Mars and the women are from Venus. Okay. So far, so good. So far, so good, right? So I was using my dad example to show how, the masculine or men have gotten better. Meaning we have gotten in touch, throughout time. Maybe, I don't know, I don't know. I mean, I'm not good with dates. That's the one thing I don't do. But if you follow the trend, you see, like now you could, like, even back with Cisco, when that nigga came out with the thong, with his hair all fucking whatever color it was, or even Prince or Michael Jackson, for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that, was a representation of men who was embodying their femininity, and that's how we were growing as men. Like even Eddie Murphy had a nigga was funny as fuck. I think it's Delirious, where he was talking about, I like masculine. How did he say it? Like, I guess masculine singing motherfuckers, right? So he was I think he talked about Teddy Pendergrass, whatever the fuck that nigga name is. Do you see what I'm saying? And even in our music too. I'm glad that I'm talking about that. So even as a music, you could see how we evolved, and then you would have your more feminine voice niggas, you know what I'm saying. Even though men used to sing, we never really sung that way, until some of these motherfuckers start expressing those feminine traits that was in us. So to show you that it's all in us, it is in us. You know what I'm saying? And I'll give you another example too. Even for fucking women, there's nothing that a man does, in my opinion, that a woman cannot do, because she has that, masculine side about her. All she got to do is activate that. In fact, that's what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Like a bitch could learn how to change a tire. Why the fuck not? Now, she may not do it as quick as a man, or maybe, but it doesn't matter. She could do what you do. I'm not saying, can she do it as well as you do? It depends. Do you see what I'm saying? But anyway, that's not my point. Because she has that side of her. So we both, men and women, have those two genders inside of us. So now, let's get back to how men started evolving, right? So, but the same thing was also happening to women, though. But unfortunately, they took a different turn. So, women, started, being active, working, going for their degrees, getting money, you know what I'm saying, having their businesses. All of that are masculine traits. They're out there. You know what I'm saying? The bank account's going up. Hey, ladies, keep it up. You hear me? Get your money, man. I ain't mad at you at all, baby. Get your bank account up. Get those numbers up. You feel me? Be a boss lady. So now, but there was something that was happening, though, that was a little bit different than men. So now, by us being in touch with our feminine side, so now we became a little more romantic. We're getting you flowers, you know what I'm saying? So we knew how to treat you better now. Those fucking romantic dinner and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's because now we're in touch with our, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we want to Oh, well, protection was always part of us, but protecting you in certain ways. Do you see what I'm saying? That catered to our femininity. So, but of course, just like women take it all on that other side, some niggas have done the same thing too. You know what I'm saying? But the only difference is when we talk about in numbers, and when I'm saying in numbers, generally speaking, you know, how can I say this? No, maybe I'm not gonna say it. It'll be best for me not to say it. But you know, as a whole, you know, men was kind of like doing their thing. You know, got better. Meanwhile, on the flip side of it, the masculine that a lot of women started working on, you know what I'm saying, started booming as well. Do you see what I'm saying? You could see the numbers, you could see everything, you could see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? They boss chicks, you know what I'm saying? Boss ladies, get your money. But now, the other thing that was happening with them was on the relationship side, intimacy. Now, that part of it started to decline because what happened was they went all the way through with the masculinity and they have not balanced it with the femininity. So by them going that way, so now what you have now, you would have a decrease because for any type of relationship to work, you know what I'm saying? Like both genders, the masculine and the feminine got to go hand in hand. They got to go together. They could exchange roles at times, which they should. You know, that's how you flowing. You know, just like I always tell niggas, right? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you're gonna be in your feminine, she gotta get back in your masculine. That's how the balance gotta go. Then when you get back on your masculinity, bitch know exactly she gotta get back to her fucking femininity. Right then and there. But that's when you mastered it. That's when, you know, when you're talking about a couple, one who understand each other, the compatibility, that's what you're talking about. The level of understanding, the true love that exists between them because they know who they are. That bitch on her side know who she is. This nigga on that side know who they are. They both opened up themselves to fucking love and they came together. They ain't trying to trick each other. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to trap each other. They're not looking to dominate each other. They looking to, you know, for that communion to come together. That's why the game that you niggas are playing, alright, tell me about it. I'm saying you playing the wrong game, baby. You ain't playing right. Players, come on now. So now, you know, because let's be honest too, like by men being in touch with their fucking I'll give you a perfect example. Like my dad didn't change my fucking diapers and shit. He wouldn't do that shit. Not that he didn't love me, it's none of that shit. But for me, automatically, like my daughter, I was doing that for her. So I'm just showing you, you know, the evolution of men, but most importantly, the both sides of us that we have that coexisted together. And that's why, as a man, it's important for you to understand that and to maintain polarity between you. That's how you master your kingdom. And on the flip side of it, bitches, y'all got to do the same shit. Because when you let yourself go by just your masculinity, now you become rigid. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit that work, let's just say hypothetically you're a CEO, nigga. The shit that works in the office, in other words, you got to understand, this is what you need to understand. Get your fucking money. You know what I'm saying? Get the numbers out. But understand when you get home now, you got to switch that. And that's how you mastered your masculinity and your femininity. So what happened with a lot of women is that they became unbalanced. Because now, just like Brother Panic said that shit, and I think this nigga said it best. Like, you see women now that are trying to be better men. And that's what they calling feminist. They try to be better men. So they are unbalanced. Flip side of that too. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Just like the little girl too. Not just me, I was using myself as a fucking example. The bitch now, what niggas are calling the modern women, because of that evolution that took place, because you're not like your dad was, even though, or let's just say a bitch, right? A little girl, maybe, you know, she sees a lot of things that her mom was doing for her dad. You know what I'm saying? This bitch like, I ain't doing none of that shit for a nigga. Because she's balancing herself. So we all become different automatically. And that's what people are trying to label, because I'm giving you the mystery behind it, as different generation. They talk about Generation X, Generation whatever the fuck. So it's happening on both sides. So now this is where we at now. So as this is evolving, you know, the bank account's going up. Y'all get y'all papers. You know what I'm saying? You must not know about me. You must not know about me. How does shit go? I can have another you in a minute, and in fact, he'll be here in a minute. Yeah. But she didn't do that for Jay-Z though. Bet you didn't have another Jay-Z now, did you? All right, anyway, I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let it go. You know what I'm saying? So this shit's crazy. Nah, she ain't talking about none of that shit anymore, is she? You know, you guys gotta pay attention to them shits too, man. It's important. Because that's also part of your development. You know, because everything, the songs that you're listening to is shaping your world. That's why you gotta make sure you know what's coming in. You have to guard yourself. Another way of saying that, protect your energy. But the best protection is for you to create your environment. So that's why yesterday when I was talking about beauty, you know, if you understand the meaning of beauty, that's how you got to create your own world. Do you see what I'm saying? But anyway, that was yesterday. And I'm still feeling, I'm beautiful every day, nigga. So, that's what's happening. In conclusion, so now what do we have? So you have independent women, right? That their masculinity have developed so high, you know what I'm saying? Now they're saying, what the fuck's happening with men these days? These motherfuckers are weak. You feel me? Then on the flip side of that, now you have your brothers that have became over, that didn't balance the masculinity and the femininity. My bitch ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? My simps, wimps, whatever the fuck name they call them, right? But that's exactly what's happening. Now they're saying, so one side is saying men are fucking weak. The other side now you have those bitch ass niggas pretty much saying, oh my God, these bitches are not understanding us. They are crushing our balls. So in other words, now they complaining about, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm seeing. So now you have a lot of niggas like, you know, someone like the Kevin Samuel niggas, you know what I'm saying? You always gotta drop a little something for that nigga. Feel me? Or your other, you know, whoever the fuck else, right? That's trying to talk about modern women and how they should change and this and that, what they're doing that's not right. You know what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers are not balanced. You know what I'm saying? Because if you balance, I don't know, but my dad always taught me this, right? You don't turn a hoe into a housewife, and you let a hoe be a hoe, baby. You understand what I'm saying? So technically, essentially, your complaint is about hoes. You're asking hoes to change. Why, bro? You see what I'm saying? So that's why, you know what I'm saying, true niggas, you don't complain about that shit. For what? Because you already know. But anyway, but by you being balanced, most importantly, when you're calling true niggas, however the fuck you want to call it, you're maintaining a healthy balance. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I hug my son, I tell him I love him, I kiss him, you know what I'm saying? But I'll also get on that ass. I balance it. Not on that ass like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, not like whooping his ass, none of that shit. No, I'm always referring to, you know, certain things that he knows that he got to do, how he, you know what I'm saying, showing them the minefield over here. Because, you know what I'm saying, you got to show them the minefield. You got to help them to elevate their minds. But anyway, where the fuck was I going with this, right? Yeah, so we were talking about. So now, yeah. So this is what we are faced with. That's what the whole social media is about. Well, besides, I mean, you also have the niggas, the tricksters, you know what I'm saying, who's giving you, you know, this is how you dominate a man, and this motherfucker's telling you, yo, this is how you dominate a bitch. So you have those, you have those two going on. Oh, there's a lot out there, baby. That's how I feel when I'm watching. I'm like, what the fuck? And then now you have those niggas, the scent winks, whatever, winks, shrimp. Let's just call these niggas shrimp, okay? Now you have those shrimps. Yeah, man, let me get my shit. Complain about bitches. You know. Shit, yo, check this out, right? I can, well, I don't know. I'm still thinking about that one. You know, I was on YouTube doing, you know, browsing and shit. Then I saw this gay guy. He was a dating coach, and what was he doing? He was teaching women how to get him in. I'm still thinking about that one. You know, and when I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. I promise. Hey, hold me accountable too. I'll let you know. So, yo. So that's what's going on out here. Now, if we want to take it the spiritual route, which is the only route we should be taking it anyway, you know, and there's no other route. I mean, it's all spiritual. However, you know, you haven't seen it clearly. You know, it's important for both, you know, people to balance the masculinity and their femininity. Like if a bitch getting her money and then she comes home, she know how to turn that feminine back. And here's something else too. When we talk about polarities, I mean, not necessarily polarities. I mean, yes, polarities too. But when we're talking about, you know, sexual intimacy or that type of relationship, right? It's important that the masculine goes with the feminine. And I was even telling you guys about this. And if you don't believe me, even in gay couples, there's a masculine and a fucking feminine. So we're talking about gender, we're talking about energy that resides in us here. Because the sex is not even going to be good anyway if there's not a part that seduces and then another part that, do you see what I'm saying? You got to have a more of a, I don't know, stronger side and a more of a lighter side, for lack of better terms, because I don't see what term to use here. But follow along, like even when you're having sex. I mean, it's this is how all right, let me put it this way. Fuck it. I'm going to put it this way, niggas. I know for me, I would rather have more of a softer body to for me to I don't know, like that's why I like my bitch is gonna have to be you got to be feminine. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, even in gay couples, even though they are the same sex, they still use the gender because the gender that's what links it together. Love is different. I'm not talking about love here, but for a relationship, you gotta have both polarities. And that way, that's why I was saying, men, we got better in a sense because even though we had, and of course you're always gonna have your exceptions, your simp, wimps, shrimps. You know what I'm saying? All these niggas, right? What the fuck was I saying? Because we regardless on how in touch we get with our feminine side, or regardless of what the fuck it is, as a man, we still need, you still don't want, like, there's no nigga I want to fight with a fucking bitch, like, or a nigga who wants to argue. You know what I'm saying? Like, on layman's terms, like, that's not something we want to do naturally, as that masculine energy. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's where it's important for you to understand how how the masculine energy operates and how the feminine energy operates. And both men and women, you should learn how these things work together. You got to. Because the masculine is not gonna want to be with a masculine, even if they are the same fucking sex. That's what you see in your fucking lesbians and gays. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? So you gotta have the polarity. So unfortunately, in that sense, in that way, that's where women kind of went left. So that polarity got to come together first before now, you know what I'm saying? Like both of you guys could elevate together. And that's whole purpose of also relating to one another. And that's how we're experiencing, that's how the spirit, that's when the sexual thing, like, and I'm not talking about just in physical sex, but the sexual in the mentality, in the mental, how you come together, the compatibility, the yin and the yang. Now you guys are dancing. But that individual work has to be done separately. Because what you call in a successful relationship is when it is done separately. You'll see both of these men that are fucking comfortable. They know who they are. They never talk about fucking perfection. They never talk about domination. They talk about understanding, appreciating one another. It's a different ballgame, baby. Oh, I'm playing to win. I don't know what you do. A life without value down here is not a life. That's why the key thing about, our experience down here is to be alive. For you to, that's what the experience is. For you to elevate, for you to transcend, for you to know who you are, your true self. That's pretty much what this whole shit is about. So now, you know, until that happens, man, like there's a couple things too. Like, once you understand the feminine energy, it operates differently. You see, y'all niggas gotta understand like what they mean by women being or coming from your rib cage or from your rib, whatever, however the fuck you want to call it. Like there has to be a meaning to it. What does that mean? Is it physical? Hell, the fuck not. Well, I don't know. I have no evidence. You know, that's above my pay grade, dog. I didn't get that kind of money. You feel me? So, what does it mean? Well, for me, as I'm pipping out the whole thing, right? It's like the feminine energy always seek love. In so many words, that's why you could say women are emotional, right? Mostly emotional, because we are also emotional beings too, niggas, right? We cry, we have our feelings, right? You love that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You working for that bitch. That's your emotion, motherfucker. You paying all the bills. You want to take care of her. That's your emotion, nigga. But anyway, just want to make sure that we were clear. I know niggas are gonna be tough and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, man. You're not a pussy, dog. You good. You're good. You ain't no pussy. You still got your dick. You good. My niggas. It's like, but for us, man, it's just the male energy is different, man. We seek like adventure, like freedom. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So once you understand that, and there's so many details too that I could go into, like, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Shit, nigga. Hey, get on the fucking Patreon, nigga. But I mean, to make a point here, right? So by you trying to understand that, or by you understanding that, then it would enable you to cope better, and seeing how we relate to each other as we are experiencing both of our side, and yet I'm still experiencing you as a feminine energy. So you reflecting the feminine in me. It's just I just don't know how to break it down. But that relationship, that exchange, that's what the shit is about. That's where I was going with this, because I was going to talk about, my understanding of what I think the rib cage is. Because now, when you're looking at women looking at love and us being, like, I don't know, seeking freedom, for lack of better terms, because freedom, there's so many different things you could, whatever, or seeking a higher purpose. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you, well, if you see the movie fucking 300. So now, if we're talking about the very beginning of the movie, when we're talking about, when the guy had to go to war, and how this bitch, she knew how to support him. Even though knowing that he's not coming, he may not come back, but that's what he gotta do. And the bitch is there supporting that. So she's living through you. It's like the feminine see herself in the masculine. To me, that's the rib cage. And we see ourselves in you too, but not the way you look at us. Ain't no nigga want a bitch for fucking protection. I want you to protect me. No. You don't want a bitch to be your fucking leader. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's not to put women down at all. That is more for you to understand, the way the male energy, how it's being vibrating out there. Do you see what I'm saying? So that lead me to understand that what women are really looking for is that masculine energy, the true masculine energy, the masculine energy that is balanced. Another way they call it would be your prince charming or your master. Well, if the master's law is too strong for you, let's just use, because I know nowadays, women look at certain shit like that feminine energy, so busy trying to be masculine. That's what the fuck it is. But anyway, so, like the exchange is different. The interaction is different. Shit, where the fuck was I gonna go with this? So I was talking about, so you gotta know what you're looking for. So what I also see is like a lot of women, like every woman needs to have a man, the masculine energy, period. Just like a nigga, you wouldn't be with a bitch because she's too masculine. Women are doing the same thing too. The only difference is a lot of them are settling for less. Meaning, they have not fully understand who they are. That's why you'll see, like a woman, for example, would rather be with a guy that she can control rather than be with a nigga that she knows that she wants. Is the fear. There's a lot of other shit that but anyway, I'm not gonna delve too much into that. There's many different other reasons too. If they're getting money out of a motherfucker, get your money, niggas. Shit, that shit. The niggas willing to give it to you. Why would I have an issue with that? It ain't my money. I ain't no hater, baby. Get your fucking money. We ain't judging on that side. But I'm dealing with energy here, guys. If you've been following everything or between the line, I'm really telling you we're talking about energy. That's why, this is not about dick and pussy. We're talking about energy here. So instead of those guys who are complaining about women, they should in touch. They should, in fact, they should be trying to balance their masculinity. That's what they need. That's why, of course, bitch ass nigga talk about bitch ass shit. Ow. Just the way it goes. Your value, like you're criticizing yourself in what you're saying. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say nigga and all that shit, because that's who I am. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I talk like I walk, nigga. That's still my nigga shit. I hope I'm not too stupid for you. Like, damn, this motherfucker's stupid. Hey, it shows, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's in y'all. It's in the pudding. You already know it. It speaks for itself, man. Satisfaction guarantee, baby. You feel me? So now, in order to have that successful, pretty much relationship, that's what you got to do. So now then you have your hustlers too. Oh, I forgot about to talk about this niggas. Like, because I was talking about what there's a lot going on out there. Hey guys, you got to be careful out there, man. So us Haitian niggas, we have this thing when you're stepping out, you got to be careful not to pick anything off the floor and put it in your mouth. We always say that shit. But what we're also referring to is the type of food that's in the environment. So I'm telling you what's out there. Oh, it's scary out there. But if you stay in your light, you'll be good. Else dark. But if you got your own light, nigga, you good. You feel me? And that's what we're doing here. So then now you have, and I call these niggas, I don't even know if I should call them hustlers. Like a nigga like Steve Harvey, for example, right? Like, it's pure marketing. He knows about a lot of females, for instance, or try to be men. So the title of his book is Act Like a Man, because that's truly what a lot of these females are doing. That's why they want to compete with you as a man, because they want to be a better man than you, right? And then, but act like a lady. Meaning, that's why a lot of people are saying, they don't understand. Niggas, like, when I listen to the simp or wimps or shrimp talking, they're saying, that's what they're saying. And that's what Kevin Samuel was also saying too. In so many words, I don't know. Don't quote me too much, because I don't know too much about them. I know enough, like when I click on them, I'm like, oh, okay, that's the type of time you're on. Dog, got you, right? But essentially what they're complaining about is, it's like, you want to be better than me? Well, bitch, fuck you. Why don't you do this for yourself? You know what I'm saying? They arguing with bitches. That's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't do that. I don't do that. So, damn, I was going somewhere with that. Damn, I kind of lost track. I was on it too. Yeah, so it's kind of like them saying not to do it again, or they don't want you to do that. So it's kind of like, okay, so it's like this, right? Shit, I lost it. But that was pretty good though. I was right. Yeah, I'll come back. We'll come back. So by having these guys complain about these things instead of them getting in touch with their masculinity, you see what I'm saying? So they're not looking at it from a bigger perspective. They're not looking at the bigger picture. And that's also because they don't know who they are either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for me, I'll be crazy, you know what I'm saying, to act a crazy motherfucker to act better. Now, I'm not saying women are crazy here, because this is very sensitive, but we can clearly see the how one-sided that they are being. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna entertain the bullshit. That's pretty much what I'm saying. So these niggas are entertaining the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's why, in my opinion, humble opinion, no matter what they're saying, it doesn't make sense. Because it's not going to amount to anything. Because you're complaining about hoes, man. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's similar to you complaining to hoes. I mean, not complaining to hoes, I'm sorry. But yeah, that too. But more like, you know what I'm saying? You're not allowing a hoe to be a hoe. You're fighting against a hoe, man. Like, what the fuck? She told you she gotta have dick. You fighting against that, dog? What are you doing? That'll fuck the whole neighborhood, man. I'm saying, I'll probably say, hey, baby, be safe, okay? Make sure not them. You wear a condom, bitch. Other than that, man, you let a hoe be a hoe, bro. But you have to be balanced for you to even see it that way. Because you're not taking accountability for your own self, too, in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, there's a lot of hoes. Why you worry about the hoes? You shouldn't you be worried about the good bitch instead of the hoes? I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know. But that's my personal opinion. So it's important for both of us to understand how those two elements come together. That's where I'm going with that. So, and I was also trying to show you in so many words, like the masculine cannot be without the feminine, and the feminine cannot be without the masculine. And that's what we were talking about, women in so many words, you know what I'm saying, that would be telling how weak men is, but they would settle. That's what they do. And that's when, you know the rest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not gonna get into that. We're just gonna leave it there. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just like, put it this way. The same girl that's giving you a hard time for you to have sex with, is opening her leg to somebody else for that may not even want it. So you have the same person but different reaction. And those reactions have to happen because she got to find her master. She got to have her Prince Charming. And by you becoming the Prince Charming, that's when you got to balance yourself out. Then you could lead her. Then you become her leader. Now she could see light through you, your rib cage. But as a man, you have to develop your masculinity first. Meaning having a great balance with your femininity too. Because, as we have seen in the past, the masculine didn't represent itself well. That's why we always have inner conflict, like anxiety and shit like that. Because a man was not allowed to fucking speak about his fucking emotion. And everybody got emotions, god damn it. I'm being emotional right now. Bitch. You know what I'm saying? So that's truly what we're talking about here. On the fucking spiritual level. You see what I'm saying? And now, as a man, because you're gonna have to conquer. There's just certain things you gotta understand about the feminine energy as well. You know what I'm saying? My niggas, y'all gotta understand that shit. Okay? Gotta get it. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I'll tell you what. If you see the movie Avatar, right? Jake, who became the Avatar, he was being trained by, what was that bitch name? Natiri, whatever the fuck her name was, right? So as part of her training, I mean his training, because they wanted to see, can he be civilized? They were trying to civilize his ass. That's what the whole movie was truly about. But then they were looking at the civilized ones as the one who were not civilized. Because you got to understand that's why African spirituality is different. The way we look at people and the way the European look at people are totally different. They look from the outside in, we look from the inside out. So when you understand that, when you develop that in you, and it takes wisdom, that's why you don't judge a book by its cover. Because when you judge the cover, you're looking from outside in. And then when you start reading the book, you're like, God damn it, that was a good book. That's the European perspective. That's when you're worshiping idols. That's when materialistic shit matters to you. or you represent, like, you know what I'm saying, that's where domination comes in. You know, I'm better than you, you ain't shit. And the whole, even, you got to understand. So that's why I remember Dr. Lila Africa, shout out my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Because as he transitioned, he helped me to transition too into the African spirituality. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But it just, you know, I just had to, you know, give it to him up there. Or right next to me, whoever the fuck you are, nigga. So, as part of his last training, he had to, you know, ride this fucking, I think it was a flying either dragon or bird, whatever the fuck those animals were, right? So remember what Neytiri told him. She's got to pick you. You guys got to pick each other. My niggas, y'all got to catch a bitch. You catch that bitch. That's how you do it. Then you tame it. Okay? So this is what I'm saying by that, right? So first of all, she got to pick you. She got to pick you. She got to pick you, dude. Like Neytiri said, that dragon got to see you. Y'all got to pick each other. Because now she already picked you. That's how you pick her. Because now she's paying attention to you. Now you pay attention back. Oh, we talking some shit, my niggas. Happy fucking Sunday, nigga. This is on the house. Keep the tip, bitch. Then, the next thing is you're going to have to fight her. But that fighting is you getting to know her and, you know, because you got to, how can I say this? The bird, you got to mount that chariot, baby, or that flying bird. But what you're truly doing, it's adjusting it so that you guys synchronized. Because after Jake was able to get on the back of that fucking flying dragon, I don't remember. Then he had to use what? His fucking hair. And then you put it into her fucking, I don't know, was it nose? Ear. It was some shit that he had to use his shit from. I don't remember. That movie was a long time ago. But I'm like, game recognized game, nigga. Come on. Right? So you got to do that. Oh, she's going to try you too, because now at this point, for her to trust you, that's what the fight was about. You got to show her you are the rider. Check out that movie, man. Check out that part, niggas. That's just specifically for niggas. Specifically for niggas. Feel me? Then once you do that, that's when you guys are flying together. The bird is happy. Remember, because she come on, man. How do you want it? I don't think I need to say anything else, man. I think I should just drop the mic, walk away, and you know what I'm saying? Like moonwalking too, nigga. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm too pretty out here. But I'm saying all of that for you to understand, like, that's how the connection is made. That's how the masculine and the feminine come together. And her being your rib cage, now she's seeing the light. You guys are flying together. That's your relationship, my niggas. That's where it should go. And that's how to put an end to this bullshit. Not the fucking rah-rah. Not going one at fucking each other. I don't even know what. I'll be on the sideline. Yo, I need popcorn. I'm like, what? So now, you guys see what's happening out there, man? Y'all got to be careful, man. Okay? Be careful out here. Oh man, you gotta watch your steps. It's a minefield. Put your foot in the wrong. Come on, man. You might lose a feet. Shit, your entire leg, man. All your life too. Love yourself. That's what it comes down to before you love somebody else. By loving yourself, it allows you to open up yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's not to be conceited. A lot of people didn't understand it. Just like yesterday when I was talking about beauty, right? And I talk about the mirror. All of those deities always have a mirror. Not because they were conceited or people that have beauty are conceited. I mean, on the surface, if that's how you're looking at it, but it's the reflection that they're looking at. Them seeing the beauty in them. Like I said, I mean, I don't know. I have not seen a ugly bitch walking around with a mirror. So innately, or inside of you, there's got to be something that you already know that's beautiful. Either you like looking at your eyes. I don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Well, shit, I should know because I'm beautiful too. Well, that's what I know. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, when you're looking at your qualities, that's why beauty is a spiritual quality. You know what I'm saying? But that was yesterday, though. But hey, you know, sometimes you just, check it out if you didn't see that video, nigga. So stay connected, stay pure in the city of sin. You know what I'm saying? Love one another. I mean, that's what my message is. I hope I didn't come at anybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, even when I talk about the Steve Harvey shit, I'm not even going at anybody. I'm just telling you, what is taking place. Right? Because that's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people who doesn't either female or, who didn't have a strong masculine energy in their presence don't even know what that is. But inside of them, they're craving for it. They don't know what they're craving for. They want a daddy. That's what they want, a daddy. But they don't know how to express it. That's why it's important to balance that understanding with your emotion. And learn how to use them accordingly. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're a CEO nigga, you know how you gotta handle business when you are at the office. When you come home, now you know this is home, this is mom. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, man. So catch a bitch, nigga. Learn how to ride a bitch, okay? Like, the moral of the story, if you didn't hear anything, my niggas, fuck everything I just said, all right? Learn how to ride a bitch, okay? You got to ride that bitch, man. You got to become the rider, okay? Let her pick you, then you pick her too, because she picked you. That's how it goes. That's how it motherfucking goes. And after that, you know what I'm saying? Take it away, baby. You'll be on cruise control. Look at you. Fly, motherfucker. I sing. Bra. Mali.